It's very easy to know why I am being prosecuted and no one else it's being charged or prosecuted. It's very easy. I called the FBI to report Bill Barr and Armstrong Williams. Armstrong has this powerful friends. Someone paid him to put like a TV show, and it's easy to money launder that way. I spoke with Bill Barr, Fani Willis, Qatar, Turkish Airlines, Turkish ambassador many times. And that's how, for example, I end up mailing stuff sent by the mail. Things for Fani Willis, that's how I have her address and her personal phone number. It's like he's telling me that some driver from Qatar will drop off some bag, and he asked me to not open. When I start to realize everything was going on, I thought I need to have proof of everything that I'm saying. One day I went to the office and I took the burner phones that we use to call some politicians and some people. Since he realized that I took all these burner phones, all the notes that I had, because he wanted also my notes and everything, he started to send me death threats. Armstrong can claim every single money they receive is for the TV station. It's like to launch a show. And that's kind of easy to tell the government or to tell the public, look, the money that we receive here, for example, for Turkish, they launch a horrible show. Armstrong has such a cheap show. You guys can go there and check. It's a studio in Arlington. It's very unprofessional. But then he goes there and he charged for these shows, like he did with Turkish Airlines, for example. So the people paid him, and he claimed all this money they are receiving is for launch those people on TV, to do some kind of propaganda. And that's why, for example, he received all this travel to go to Turkey, and he launched a horrible show in Turkey, he recorded everything by his phone. And then he's like, oh, I'm here to show you guys how much Turkey is pretty, and anyway. He claims everything that he's doing is to put on TV, is the payments, someone paid him to put a TV show, and it's easy to money launder that way. When I started to work for Armstrong, I thought, I will change something. I will give people good information. I will give people opportunity to think about things different, to open their minds, because that's how Armstrong presented himself for everyone. Very soon I discovered it's just about corruption and power. And I already saw a lot of corruption, a lot of fights to have the power in Latin countries, but was never like what I saw in Armstrong's office. They don't have loyalty for people who work with them. They don't have loyalty for their own country. I spoke with Bill Barr, Fani Willis, Qatar, Turkish Airlines, Turkish ambassador many times. It was not just one phone call once a month, and was multiple times. And that's how, for example, I end up mailing stuff sent by the mail. Things for Fani Willis, that's how I have her address and her personal phone number. I think in Qatar, they paid some people involved with gold bars and tickets for F1, and for Turkish was the trip and all the money. The message that I have from Armstrong that he's asking about the gold bars, it is because he thought, I don't know why, he thought I got a gold bar from his office, and I never did. And in some point he was asking me about that. And I was I never got this gold bar. I don't stole this gold bar from you, That email that I had, if I'm not wrong, is from Clyde. It's he's telling me that some driver from Qatar will drop off some bag, and he asked me to not open, but it was the gold bars, and I received it. He just left the door of the office. I received it, and later in that day, Jason Tober, who works for Menendez, went to pick up the gold bars. In the phone calls about Turkish, it's usually me, Clyde, Armstrong, and a guy called Nahir. Nahir was like this person in charge from Turkish Airlines to bring all the cases and everything. And he was like, as I understood at that point, he was in charge to like pay the bribes for each politician. So that was my understood at that point about the role about Turkish Airlines. Adams took money from Turkish Airlines because he was a part of the deal. He knew that, and I don't know how much he took. I don't know. I know now he made a deal with the government. It looks like nothing will happen with him, but he took money from the Turkish Airlines. And so far, what I can tell about this is he made this deal with the Turkish Airlines to approve some kind of bill for them in New York. I don't know, it was like to open consulates or to put more flights for Turkish Airlines, but he's definitely was a part. Definitely. He spoke like I was in phone call with him, but I know he had multiple phone calls with them too, phone calls that I was not a part of. But like one thing that I can sit here and like be 100% sure it is, he got money from Turkish Airlines. We use the burner phone since I started to work for Armstrong. Like, it's something very normal in the office. Everyone uses a burner phone to call politicians or to call whatever we need to call. When I start like to realize everything was going on, I thought I need to have proof of everything that I'm saying. I need to have proof like notes. I need to have like names, numbers, addresses. I need to have like everything that I can to prove what I'm talking about. One day I went to the office and I took the burner phones that we use to call some politicians and some people. And that's been my biggest fight with Armstrong, because since he realized that I took all these burner phones, all the notes that I had, because he wanted also my notes and everything, he started to like send me death threats. But the burner phones has, for example, address and phone numbers of the people that we spoke with. For example, this one, it is for Fani Willis, which means we use these burner phones just to talk with Fani Willis. I have a burner phone that we use to call Bar, or a burner phone that I think we used to call Nathan Wade. And that's how I end up with this burner phones. I have the one from Qatar. So I started to use the burner phones back in 2021. And I got the burner phones and keep with myself when I decided to report to the FBI.